Right, ya mwa kwa abaza ba yanda so anepe nkomo bodo boso nda isa se na boso da otodo edunu aka ndedu pe na anye na ebeje akucha ebeje anye na ebeje emi sure so ebeje anye no so ebeje medasi no so ebeje ni nyina ya abrabo no bia nte bedo ba adasi de wa bohinezi ne de adachi hinezi na ebeda ba adasi papa se no wa ma adachi no so a na wa change ayi botum ebizi kosibro ya tro asem us step by step abenne na ye nzama hina tumubom. So na yim there one after the other. Damo brofo so ayeta ayeka. Yenya kurunwie ansa na akwakoche akrodo. Yemfa bu yentum yemfa ama hene ho ansa na etumi akohene yim. So da menzo mene hene ayere ya nije ya oboto oboboa. Amba nda ne pay ebi fra ma osi. Nya oyene ti abraba wotum oyene afomete nya dode no ba no ba chen. Ne zan de sabi ode no phone call oye janam biadu. No nti da nda suzi yetumi ye hene de hemi. Nti we ye call all ye credit nti opentem wo uniform no na afi wotum na we hwempoko na owo gidigiza phone na ato oye azinum ano yoyeye phone so na oroko fomi phone na akahefo ti wa abba na abure papa de bia make ma asem there it's better to get a missed call than to get a lost phone say na obobwa da aboko miss call that if you have credit you don't have credit definitely one fall back in power in your credit your friend until why the phone and you put the phone no control him baby be for why pentem na fe tum na afre if the person needs you about for back or also put my friend back mo tum aye but how come the onnam the mass mandate papa and the premier kasam catch there for no boniche or say na anoyin baby lewo afre bia. If it's not a video call, the person will not see where you are. Oh, baby, I will never come baby. It's natural. It's a misrow. Mama, the master me on my man so damn it to my canal confuse being. And I'm not pay phone to the mazin. Wara, winter mepe. Said the phone not to fear. Near cry by his eye. Tell about the musical. Said to credit to go phone there. Even he cannot control you. But certain times so in the neighborhood, we can avoid it. Tiaresre ye momazin bosome ye yiwomi osa Christian fa agedefo wo se ye kɔ bosom for the bring ye bosomum feche onyehwe mama ye fa ye onkasha fufurum asofo pi ugiresim pedaka na yima wotomo ka kyerɛn ntiaretwa sofo pi giwia anapa na afrɛ Mr. Michael Papa Kofi Brako Bra Sister Amma Sister Hannah na aka kyerɛ yemfa bibia nche sofo anka nche nenka abira sofu dija usu bidizi sofu onidi a usu butum edizi mu aye nti ya mama ze na fie ntum ye nhyere so pi wo ho a oyeyew na so be ne we should live as human nti mezenesi Omar Bin Abdullah ina ya be ye ba bohwe akwan pa ye fodo ye yenhwehwem wo se apply research in Ghana na ye call CCTU a the apply research in Ghana no uzima don teba papa Nsinda, Yenisa accounts the director of research, where CCTU, Cape Coast Technical University. Eda Usma Babi, near Koshe, Cape Coast Technical University, also when you are 40 years. Name 40 years, no awesome. We are talking about your research. No one some. If Ibisa said, Obutu 40 years, no awesome. We'll get it. But you can say, or CCTU, 40 years, Honun Kabo, Honun Sambi, Kaka, Yeba, Yabashan Commercial.
At Cape Coast Technical University, every step forward is made possible by the generosity of our community. As we celebrate 40 years of excellence, we say thank you for helping us build the future.
I will ensure that the dream of constructing the proposed 40th anniversary student hostel becomes a reality. Finally, I will collaborate with the government and other stakeholders to address all infrastructural challenges as already enumerated.
We are really thankful to all our benefactors who have helped us over the past 40 years with their various donations in various kinds. Today we have a more pressing need, which is to help us put together a 2,500 capacity bed hostel that will help us admit even more people and help us reach our mandate of training as many people as we can with 21st century skills. So we are pleading with you not to give up on us. Keep on donating, and you are assured that all your donations will be handled in the most transparent manner possible.
We are in need of accommodation for our beloved students, and currently accommodate less than 10% of student population. Hence, the Vice Chancellor was able to put a team together known as the Legacy Subcommittee of the 40th anniversary to put up a design. And this design volunteered to give to us to put up this project. It is a 4-level building, that is a 4-story building, relied on solar energy, or what we call this renewable energy, where we'll be getting our power from the sun. And it's a green building that will focus more on natural source of ventilation and lighting as well. And the proposed amount for this project is 500 million Ghana cedis. That is what we are envisaging as the estimated cost. And as we have indicated, that is what this project seeks to address.
Your contributions have made significant difference in this whole enterprise, and we are truly thankful. Our hostel project remains a top priority with increasing enrollment and limited accommodation. We believe that this will be a game changer for our student population. We therefore call on all alumni and all well-wishers join the Cape Coast Technical University in this noble endeavor. Let's complete what we have just started. Every contribution counts.
To our alumni, your support has been phenomenal, and you have shown the power of unity and pride in our alma mater. Now let us finish what we began last year, and as you are aware, we intend building a 2,500 capacity hostel for students of our technical university, and we require your support and commitment. Now, if you have not given money yet, this is the time. Kindly come on board. Donate a peswa, donate a cedi to support the dream. Let's make it a reality, and your support will make the project a reality.
Greetings to you all viewers. My name is John Obeng, the current Cape Coast Technical University SRC president. We, as students of Cape Coast Technical University, are highly overwhelmed with the rapid increase in student population. Just this year, by God's grace, we've been able to increase our population by 112%, which is a good sign development. Nevertheless, this increase comes with a greater need, accessible and adequate accommodation. For these reasons, providing and enhancing accommodation is not just a means of providing a space, but a safe and adequate as well as academically friendly environment where students can strive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Together, we've come far, but the journey continues. Let's build the future of CCTU, one brick, one bed, one student at a time. Thank you for believing in us.
Arise for your nations, Lord. Reach a bright every corner of the world forever.
Thank you for giving us the information. If that's what Papa, na yako in Professor Richard OSAE. Prof, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
But you are me.
Nyamina dum na also e.
Mo here to do. You mentioned so the entrance of our cancer. Prof, you be said say answer never say commercial no. Say you can oya applied researcher. You for no koko. You can apply and another them apply the do and there's a difference between that apply.
So what are the applied researcher? Ne open the work can say Brunibeka they use the scientific knowledge to solve real world problems. They use a body minyansa pe nimdie na ede eboa ama na maybe a onkoye no okoye. Them no offend there applied research. Ni omun kukru bebre. Your bibi detail renewable energy technology. One who there a year or boy a bogu. nke wada ye fa kwan bi so bitumi atrap awia no ama yetumi aboa nipa ne ama wo pese woye ye wo nkofo bi we fra won say food science and food security expert won so na ma wotumi ye nde wotumi hu de sabri we aduane abu tomato saba bebre mekoba bebre within a short time we live in a country where our products are seasonal inti then na ye betumi aye ama yen no ba na sa yen edibana ye produce no yetumi dibia to ama na che. They always also will use the mechanical initiatives. They use scientific knowledge to solve real world problems. Indeed, they will go into what you call processing. And then I say we have a lot of spices in the world. Your spices be Ghana. It is produced in Ghana here. Yes, you saw another spices be as said anywhere. And then kura meko sam, and you meko sama. And then kofu packaging meko sam. Packing. But you say ne oba koto market. Now koto market what the bese ne ado what the frana meku na ekoko. And then the mazini nyina no because of research, applied research inti people take their time to process this pepper into packs. And then they check nutritional composition when nyina no what the abegwa so mayato. Yeah ba we to say adan senior there. Yes, started Ghana as a country near this mad. After you started blocks, and then because of our people are doing what you call concrete building. Then is winning in a concrete slabs. And then you what you call environmental sanitation. Yes, started being the number of day. And then you two men who say, I think you to me a landfill site. Yebe to me it winter say engura na akrunu nyina mu a we go to a place where they call near the course say we call something recycling plant. There are companies who are into recycling bottles, papers, plastic, and CCTU. Even we are positioned as a renewable energy university. The CCTU is here. Engura we ho nyina no go dey be say segregating into plastic, into papers, into any other section. Send a buyer able to me a recycle no to be other for. Yeah, but baby to say tourism near master. And then you don't just walk to a hotel and book. You sit in your comfort of you take your phone and you book. All this are making you know we use what you call the scientific knowledge to solve real world problems. And that is what you call applied research in Ghana. And even the world and beyond.
Professor, yen shabra you see oya hime school and now you share school jumidasi 1984. I mean now here just yen in field no 40 years are able to me celebrate. We are not talking about 40 years, but we are talking about the same thing. I've been saying share school now see you don't pen subinu yen share the ma apply as na ubu nkopo ohwu na chehu na dem pii say anta wo dem course mbaka homa sisara aye panyin na da na
oh the university bia no was started with certain mindset. So the university grew from stage to stage. So what this is you crowd to now for University of ABI Cape Coast and University of Winneba.
Yeah.
It was purely a university that was trained teachers. But with time, as we are growing, as the population is growing, we tend to change because life is done, life changes. There was a system when maybe it is starting a university and I say a college of education and then Wabe University. Even though Wabe University in the Krano, they changed their mandate to do certain things. CCTU started as a technical institute, as they talked about, and then translated to Polytechnic, and now into mainstream university. And to also sound who be na nearma we are necessary. Yeah, first we dwell mostly on hands-on. But now we are moving to a stage where you don't only do the hands-on, you do as supposed to publicize whatever you have done. In the Besha, you heard say we have produced what you call solar tricycle. Solar tricycle, you move from the Prague, we use petrol, which creates a lot of noise, which pollute our environment. But now the one we have developed through applied research is solar.
Yeah.
So you charge it and then you use it whatever you want to do with it. The same Cape Coast Technical University through applied research developed what to call seed planter. Seed planter no anka yen abe yen nana no me pa no mo wo nkurase wo ye afu yi. And now so obetwa poma. No the be wo fam sa but now e bro and whatever seed you want to plant no. So we do seed planting now say we move on to a line. Then no dua e bro na dua be kwa na dua ko be so dua na ma. Ni nyina ya applied research. And now ko hospital you be so say briquette. Anka sa ade no na edede pa but CCTU has produced one that is noiseless. We move na say even patient was no adam pa. E dey put na tuma nyane no. All these things are things that the university have done. Currently, the university, even during COVID, we even came out what to call a hand washer, solar hand washer. We were using it as a prototype for people to see, say, we are doing what our mandate seek for us to do. Into the upon the years. When the years are, we are building. That I'm telling you, out of our research and out of our innovations, we are putting up what to call EcoBus. EcoBus also a solar. It's a big bus that is a solar that you can do conference meeting, everything in it, whilst it's moving. Very convenient. All these things are innovations that applied research has brought as far as technical education and university is concerned. That is where we are going to. Even though our mandate initially was not as it is now, but because of growth and progress, it keep on changing, and that's where we are finding ourselves now.
Professor, it has helped Ghana in development, in new growth, and for this development.
Of course, it has really helped. It has really helped because we are training the next generation on all the things that we are doing. And we have a chunk of our graduates who are being employed in various government sectors who are helping to shape the country as we want. It has really helped because almost all our students that we train goes out there and are doing very well at their areas of work. Talk about mechanical engineering. We have most of our students in all these mechanical companies that come to Ghana that are working. We have a lot of them in the infrastructure. I can tell you that if you go to this assembly now, almost all the planning department are our students. Go to Winneba University of Education. Majority of their accounting staffs pass through Cape Coast Technical University, then Cape Coast Polytechnic. So we are really, all that we have done are things that is shaping our country in various ways that it can be measured if you say you want to go in that direction.
Come on, you in there, applied research about cancer and about Ghana in growth in the prophecy. You go out and say opinion but you could give us a prof there. You put me apply research of rate to be you to or the how to multiply. Do we face any challenges in the prof? Of course, we face a lot of challenges, and one has to do with what you call funding. Because we are research, you need enough funding to conduct that kind of research, and these are challenges that most researchers in Ghana are facing now. If we go to other countries like the Asian countries, or even the European countries, one abano echa scared to what they apply what they are research. The only form of money or fund that we get is through our what you call our research allowance that the government gives, and it comes once every year. It is one of the difficulties that researchers in Ghana are facing. Secondly, we talk about equipment. There are certain things that you want to do, certain analysis that you want to do, that if you don't have certain equipment, you cannot do them. And it is limiting the ability of most researchers or young researchers to go into deep things for them to come out certain innovative things. Because, for example, if you are the chemical side or the engineering side or the medical side,
There are certain equipment that you need that you cannot get them to run most of the analysis experiment you want to run here. And that is having a lot of toll on research that people are doing in Ghana. And if you want to do the fundamental research, you need all these things to be in place before you can be able to do it. So now, most of the experiment that we carry out, we do it here, send a sample to abroad, they run the analysis and bring to you back and you analyze. And all these things boil down to what? Finances. So in fact, there are a series of challenges that we are facing. Series of them.
Prof, you say yes, you said ya research opinion na the research na ya wa Ghana hanu abambwa and the aba outcome na yetu ni yenya wa research na yetu ni yenya.
Okay. So we have done a couple of research in Ghana and in Fasube Aba. A bit to say abra COVID by. We were tasked to come out of vaccines that can be able to cure.
Yeah.
At the same time, we were also tasked to come along with certain innovation that will help to limit or reduce the spreading of COVID. And you saw a lot of people coming out with different inventions, different interventions, different strategies, different methodologies to help us to minimize COVID. There was what you call Veronica bucket, if you heard it.
Very well.
This is an intervention from a Ghanaian that sat down and realized that we should be able to wash however we find us without touching anything. CCTU came out of a hand wash, as I was telling you. Yeah. That just only have to use your hand to your leg to touch it, and then it starts operating. We have Noguchi Memorial, a lot of things that they did to curtail this kind of menace that came. Now, in terms of agriculture, we have research has helped us to put a lot of varieties that our farmers are using now. Everybody knows about Tampa, but now we have a lot of varieties in terms of cereals, in terms of legumes that farmers are now using and they are benefit from it. Now we have maize variety that can give you about four maize stock on one plant. We are all doing this to help our farmers increase their productivity in terms of agriculture.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of businesses, universities are now adapting to a program called entrepreneurship. Now, we are not training students for them to come and look for a job. We are training students as part of our applied research for them to come and create their own jobs. And so you see people coming out to put whatever they have been trained on universities or in their university education into practice. And all these things are what the country is benefiting from. Secondly, in terms of energy, we are now moving gradually into the solar system. If you go to, formerly we only rely on Akosombo, but now if you go to Bui Dam, aside they only using the water to generate electricity, they have also built solar panels on the water body that they are generating water, the light on. So whilst they are using the water to generate electricity, the panels are also helping to also generate electricity, so generate another form of electricity for Ghana. So Bui is not only generating hydropower, but they are also generating solar power. And that is what applied science is doing to help Ghana as a country.
Prof, so yes, how now it may come around some now. Sustainability is also another important thing. How is our but our day to me sustain how no. I'm going for nature yet to me how no if I need to me a brand. Sometimes you also talk about the climate change. You should apply science here and apply science to me. You should climate change in the issue the sustainability on challenges no. Prof.
We can, because you see, there's a climate change issue.
Yeah.
Not only in Ghana, but in the whole world.
Yeah.
And you could see that previously, you could predict and know that our rainy season starts from somewhere middle of February to May.
Yeah.
And then the second season start from somewhere around July to August thereabout, or even September. Then this time we are in a harmattan season to somewhere February. But you bear with me that the time that we're expecting rains will not come.
Very well.
So the farmers will go to the farm, plant their maize, plant their crops, plant their varieties, waiting for rains, and it will not come. And all the maize or whatever plant that they have planted will dry out and die because of what? Harsh environmental conditions. So now what people are now doing, or what science or what applied science is now teaching us, is that we need to, as a matter of fact, try to do whatever we can to preserve our environment and to preserve our climate. And all these things come down to also our human activities that we are also doing. If I should take you to Kakum, they will tell you that at least every 2-3 days it rains at that place.
Yeah.
Every 2-3 days it rains at that place. Whether dry season, whether rain season, because of the climate that they find themselves and how they're able to protect that area. But if you come to inner cities or towns, it's not like that. And so what applied research seeks to do, or is doing nowadays, is trying to preserve our natural environment that we find ourselves. Because you see, you need to have an environment where the clouds can form faster to be able to generate water, to be able to for rains to fall. But we have, fortunately, because of human development, human settlement, all our forests that are around are now being depleted. And that is a serious challenge. And so what other researchers, or what we are doing now as researchers, is try to create an enabling environment that will help us to minimize the ozone layer, to minimize the heat that comes, and rather help us to what? Get an environment that will develop or come out of a model that will help us to preserve this our climate. And it is becoming, excuse my language, becoming a lot of battle, because now all these foreign agents or donors are coming out with projects that involve climate change, smart climate agriculture. And that is the way to go. We should have our agriculture that will help at the end of the day preserve the environment and also preserve our climate. We call it what we call smart climate agriculture. And that involves coming out with technologies that will preserve the environment, at the same time help you to, cultivate your crops as a farmer or as somebody who has gone into production of food. So that is one thing, and that is what is going now as applied research is concerned. Farmers are being taken to what we call smart climate agriculture that will help them to curtail or minimize this climate change that we are finding ourselves.
Yeah, Prof. Yes, and yes, apply research. If your policy makers and decision makers, are they really understand our language? One who's a year to me, ma what you and just then ma yaku.
It's not only policy makers, but industry players.
Okay.
Government agents are the policy makers, and other local communities should also come together.
Right.
Because the industry players also play a role as far as applied research is concerned. Because, for example, you want to come out of a variety for farmers. Let's say you want to come out with a pineapple variety that farmers will appreciate. You need to be able to look at those who are in the pineapple production chain, look at the communities, look at the government agencies, in this case, Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
Yeah.
All these parties should come together to be able to understand what you want to do for them. And be able to come out and say that, okay, we want this variety, but this variety matures faster and ripe faster, and at the end of the day, we don't get what we want. Okay, the industry player will say that, okay, we want a pineapple that has a BRICS percentage of this. If you can get us a variety that we can be in that lane. Or you want, let's say, a cereal, we want a legume that have this and this and that. all these agencies, all these parties should come together and agree on certain terms. You bear with me that some time ago, I think the farmers were due to come in for a lot of tomatoes and nobody was buying.
Yeah.
When the MP came out together, when the MP came out and made some noise, quickly, policymakers, government came together and said that all those tomatoes should be sent to the secondary schools for what do you call it? Feeding of second cycle students, and that solved the problem. If policymakers or government agencies are not involved, these tomatoes would have gone waste. So there should be a link, there should be a relationship with all these policymakers to help our invention, to help our innovations move to where it's supposed to move to. If I say there's no link, I can develop something but to be in the shelf of CCTU and nobody will come for it. And that is why that partnership is needed. That is why we work collaboratively to ensure that whatever invention, whatever innovation, whatever technologies that we are coming out with, they are aware, they are ready to use it, they are ready to help us to advance it to a level that it will help the country as a whole.
Professor, you said that you can apply science now, you can research on some action. That shows that you researchers know you find the right way in which we are talking about policymakers, we are talking about the decision makers. When you want this, I say we are because I would say 100% to them. When you are doing research, a bubble copper. But at the end of the day, you know, why they research and said it. That should be a name who told lie. That's why one can say
No, it's not that Yenam won't lie. We have about 13 Center for Scientific and Industrial Research in Ghana. And all those 13, they have a mandate that they are doing to help Ghana to advance certain level as far as countries' development are concerned. We have this Water Research Institute. Their mandate is to ensure that whatever water that you are producing, whether being sachet water, being bottled water, they research into to see that it fits. If you could remember, some time ago, everybody was producing sachet water. Everybody, every corner. The policymakers saw that, including researchers from saw that if you don't take care, we can't get it because everybody there was no order, they just buy the machine and start producing it. When we start researching, we realize that majority of them, they don't even have the permit even to produce such a water. And even the quality of the water that they are producing was below standard. Through research, we shut all of them down. And now there are structures that have been put in place to ensure that before you produce such a water, you should pass a certain process before you be allowed to go into it. And now we have what to call Food Research Institute in Ghana. That is still under CSR. They are also into research into any food product they want to bring it. Aside getting certification from FDA, they are also into researching food products. Like I was telling you earlier on. Now we have a lot of product on the market. Previously, these spices were not there.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot. I don't want to do any other for any product because I'm not come to pay any money here.
Yeah.
There's a lot on the market. And all those who are through research, they have been satisfied by FDA.
Yeah.
So the research institutions are doing their best, but like I'm saying, all boils down to attitude as well. You happen to get a CSR.
Professor, young question, get a conference.
Yes, we say, yes, Subaino. Ah, yedi adapt and as yedi jadi obiya tumono, yedi kakra. As with some Ghanaian mentality says that at the end of Ghana, and it's not like I said, some, it's not all of them. Until you go do Timamofono Edin Komo, Kita. Like I was saying, public engagement about certain things that we're supposed to understand. Because if you go to other Asian countries, Sadia na away no, some Pabuana away, and Yakrana, Oberton Washi. Because when him says, a mission up upon Yama report, or Chile be no by any better as in Senia Netino, near Quayanim, and Obia Soroko China, Obia Soroko China. 20 years ago, China was not as it is now. But they started from somewhere, their researchers did something, the people buy into it, and they improve it, and now everything is going on. Main cow, fire and Quechi. There's a TV, your friend Sanyo. Sanyo, if you see Ubakaya TV, yeah. It was produced in Ghana. Now Ghana for the yen. But it's not say Ghana for the attitude. Foreign taste near Mount, you know. You better turn if you are near Ghana there. Because Obaka's Ghana there and yet. And that is what is killing invention, innovations, and technology in Ghana.
Prof, Henry Sokopa, answer your Remehimudo. You'll be said there, future coming. Can we do more different on the research it me? And then we're in some there. In few doorway in we can do more. Between our peace and my to me.
Of course, we can do more. Because like me fear as a car there, in fear be a trim, not near my tisana near my tea. Inti, I know, sir, going forward, we are doing more and we'll do more than what we are saying now. Bidi can call solar energy, renewable energy. Yeah. That and then if you be a Sidaya, aside of electricity company light, no, on also person and solar, takrebi, if not for even all can at least solar for the light in the house. Bidi can call say and then answer will be able to be BBR or far or share, say a ne or shopper. At least one share crown or share near what the idea and answer nowadays. Yeah. Bidi can say and then ye mebu ana say a school for a year one babontia 1 year school no. Near the tree at the chair one day was school and said they shouldn't come on as one fee school and ma and be paid juma. We fee school about Abbey 1 word juma. And it is yielding a swab baby breed. Inti ye quite an a wakanya when I sabi breeze. And me jadi say ye be quite an be brain so na akade be ma to me the research. To me the sua de wo suapom ama a school for to me who said because the world is gradually moving towards a certain direction. And as a country we should be able to prepare our youth, our graduates also to that section. We don't have any excuse. And as for progress, now so to a point where we'll be able to meet up to the world standard, that it will help us to grow as a nation.
Prof, him also, or them in the Yedi or 40 years, or in school, or CCTU. About 7 hours to America, Nazar my out in South Africa, when they were out in South Africa, him and paying as a child, out in South Africa, education, therefore, out in South Africa, a man paying the brother. That's what it's about. 7 hours I work actually for the program.
And when I'm a pandemic, catch it for say CCTU, let's say life, when we there, our board started at 40. Yeah. That's what they say. But I will also say that life don't just start at 40. Yeah. But life advance at 40. If CCTU in 40 years, people say in 40 years. Let's select him for BBA or what baby all students for alumni. One what domestic CCTU say 1 4 door more dome 1 bra. Then I will be an offer boy school, named Tumpong, and Queen the beer one. Say, Besha, to say no, I be a school in the near Chebby, no a hostel facility. Very well. Because here there, we have the manpower, we have the skills, we have a teacher for an answer, a teacher for when in deep when over to me training the next of generation. Now, so baby, a school for Obadano, a idea. How you do school when you are. And in the can say, since you are 40 years, obi bi or stakeholder biya na so or investor biya no the university doors are open. Come. The university management is there. They are willing to meet anybody who is coming with any innovation or something to come and help the university or come and partner us in our development. The doors are open to welcome such people. They should all come on board. We'll work with them to ensure that CCTU takes it the fitting club that is supposed to take. In the best say, Obi biya no emra na omehu na omra no ne emfa do modum. Now, it's not just about the 40th anniversary, but going forward to collaborate with us to be able to, build a CCTU that all of us cherish and all of us want to see.
Right. Let them come and bring IDBC. Prof. Need me to do so. Okay, say yeah. So in the Morocco, that's a course no do so. And to be done, our CCTU with the help of our Professor Omar Bin Abdullah. He said, "I can't wait before." Na fiat me na yana babon komo. Send Yeshua Yanksa here VC now, our Vice Chancellor, our Humbrasa Papa, Vice Chancellor Abba twice. And they be a best friend Biaba. So every the Vice Chancellor is coming here to Costa TV, and I know at your chair for your lectures, I will sit and suffer over. And to VC, they be a message mutual because one Humbrasan or a Shonko was benefit P and a wire here for one of him do working to be workers. But at the end of the day, alcohol we are when you called on Casson. Call no boko maka bounce echi ibiri frɛ you are from may score dabi but our VC your VC until them because it is a important friend I want from back about me my hey VC son from oh my home may score and it make me happy it make me joy have more joy so now shouldn't to be miss auto I'm paying a program about better than na mo so mo chira kwanchan but mo bona aboma tell me bia no oje mo do but mo de ho mo ho pa and nyama nkote na ode yam everybody nti de bia yitu choma de bia yi edwumi du so ohwe zo to mo record nti Prof. Juchum